Okay, tickle that. Let's get into that. Tickle. 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 Oh no, and you are fighting a goo.
Ah. It wants more tickles. Let's steal its goo. Why did it have a sweet cake? Ugh.
Aw. If we hadn't forgotten about the little bit of milk, it would have been nice to have made butter, what was it? Butterscotch pudding. Oh god, have we thrown out the pistachio pudding yet?
I finished it off.
You did?
Yeah.
Now, the pistachio pudding looked an awful lot like this. It was kind of gross.
Yeah.
Because it went from being a sort of milky lime green color to a transparent emerald green color.
Yeah, it was like aggressively green in a way that I would not normally want in my food.
It looked like it should have been
Like
not lime flavored, but
It kind of worked in a dessert, because most desserts are kind of weird to begin with, but...
when I was young, I was always grossed out by this one dessert that my grandmother made, and I refused to eat it. It was like a strawberry jello, and... well, okay, so it was like a strawberry jello with actual strawberries, with whipped cream and other stuff like mixed.
Oh, yeah. You
know those things?
Yeah.
I just could not reconcile the combination of jello and whipped cream. It just I cannot imagine that combination. It's kind of the same with Fluffernutter. No, I'm not going to have Fluffernutter.
Oh, Fluffernutter?
Yeah, that's peanut butter with marshmallow. Like, why? Why? I just prefer peanut butter and jelly. So you're tickling? Is it gonna fight you too? Yes. People are saying stuff sounds tasty. Well, so I think one of my favorite desserts that my grandmother has made has been something that she refers to as Mississippi mud, which is, imagine a brownie, but there is a layer of marshmallow, and then there's a layer on top of that of like a hardened fudge.
Oh, I really missed my mother's chocolate caramel crisp. I think she made it at least once or twice when you were living with us, yeah?
Huh? Oh, she made it once, I believe.
I should ask her for the recipe, because...
we should also ask her for her rye bread recipe so we can have some of that.
You know, I've asked her for her rye bread recipe like every couple of years.
And you always forget where you put it.
Yeah.
You need to have a more consistent spot for it. Maybe we need to have a
I think it's easier when she
designated for
emails it to me.
cookbooks.
She usually would send it to me with like some cookies and a postcard, like on a flashcard. There we go. Why are you exposing your belly button at me?
It's not
What
my
is
belly
this?
button.
Oh,
There's been a spot on my side that just itches sometimes. I don't know what's up. I don't think it's anything like a psoriasis or an allergic reaction or rash or whatever. But I probably shouldn't be discussing this. It's weird when you get an itch and you don't know why.
I have just consigned myself to being itchy. Testing zone is up ahead. Remember, alchemy is fickle and you must expect failure. But a good alchemist tests, and tests some more. That's how great new inventions are made. I'm gonna go quick check the other direction. I'm very glad there's no random battles in this. Oh, it's a chest.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, you have to tickle. Tickle. Tickle.
Oh god, Bavarian salad. Pineapple chunks, walnut chunks, trapped in an opaque lime jello. Absolutely delicious. I'm sure it is, but it sounds vile.
Oh. Weird. Cherry jello with peeled grapes and chunks of pear and peaches in it. I find this interesting that people are mixing so much stuff in their jello. I just liked having jello on its own.
Yeah.
Because then I could suck it up and swallow it.
When I lived in California, we would go to Sweet Tomato often.
Oh yeah, they're dead now.
Yeah, they're dead. A number of places are dead. Outrage is dead now.
Mm-hmm.
I think they just closed down. They'd already, like, kind of temporary closed for the pandemic, but now they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be interesting seeing what Portland is like in...
What everyday life will be like? What
well, like,
the world
just
will be
going
like?
back into the city and then finding new haunts.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. But we would go to Sweet Tomato, and we'd all get a cube of jello and try and, like, just kind of rotate it without actually eating it, just by sucking, I guess. Don't ask me why we were doing this. We just were.
So you're rolling it in your mouths?
Yeah. And one guy was amazing at it. Like, perfect, just slow.
Wait a minute, you were watching each other do this?
Yeah, because we were gross kids. Have you never been a gross child before?
I tried not to be. We had to be very well mannered. The only thing I was really rebellious about was exploring places I probably shouldn't. Like climbing up trees and going onto rock ledges.
Yeah. Check that.
The cobalt?
Yeah. That looks like a fine dress. I was gonna question. Some RPGs have gender locked clothing. This game doesn't. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't show up on the character model, which I'm a little disappointed by, but I understand.
Oh, another bathroom. Oh, what is that? What just oozed out?
Oozed out.
Now people are talking about walnuts. Yeah, I made a walnut version of pecan pie. That ended up being pretty good. And I occasionally like to eat walnuts on their own, but they're they make the back of my throat tickle.
Do we have another pie crust? Or no,
we don't have any more pie crusts.
Well, I mean, we should be putting together an order this week.
You like that I've been making pies every once in a while?
Yeah.
Well, we also need to make a cheesecake at some point with all the cream cheese we have.
Like, now that I can properly exercise again, to some degree, I feel slightly less awkward about eating, I guess. Eating desserts. Remember I heard of Sweet Tomatoes? Kevin Smith used to eat there a lot before the pandemic because of his vegan diet. Yep.
Who's Kevin Smith?
Kevin Smith, actor, I think.
Okay.
But
yeah, the thing about Sweet Tomatoes is that
it was all vegetarian.
I thought that some soups wouldn't be.
Some had some meat.
Some would have chicken or clams.
Very rarely.
Maybe beef. So I suppose if you avoided the soup, yeah, everything else, the salads, the macaroni or pasta station, the breads, the desserts.
I always get Kevin Smith and Kevin Hart mixed up. Purely because I don't have enough of a visual memory of what both of them look like.
It was interesting to see the mix of people that would go to Sweet Tomato.
Yeah. I miss it.
Mm-hmm.
And I will miss it. Hopefully some kind of incarnation shows up over the next X number of decades.
Yeah, I suppose. Well, so a problem, especially with the way things are in the world now, is that buffets were, I don't want to say always dangerous before, because if you think about it, you have food that's being kept out and it has to be kept to temperature. And the longer it sits... Oh, what was that note saying?
Please clean up after yourselves. The rest of us have messes to make.
Funny. So, the thing... Oh, there's a glowing substance inside the container. Oh, there's a little chest over there. This looks like a messy science room. But what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, unlike weighted restaurants or takeout or things of that nature, with buffets, there was always the risk that you were either getting older food that people may have sniffled on or may have coughed on. I mean, sure, there are the shields that they would sometimes have between people and the food.
Yeah.
But also... you've seen people where they put something on their plate and then like they drop something and put it back in the container with the rest of the food, or you know. And then of course everyone using the same prongs or spatulas or spoons or large serving forks. You're touching something that someone else has recently touched and you don't know where their hands have been. And so it's a little inconvenient to maybe you wash your hands before you go up to serve yourself. Maybe you wash your hands before you eat your food, but after you've served yourself. I would wear long sleeves to buffets because what I could do, especially if they were sort of stretchy sleeves, I would bring them over my hand so that way I could grip the spoons and the serving utensils without having to actually physically touch them with something that might be dirty. Not that the end of my sleeve would necessarily be pristinely clean, but it's not something that would come into contact with door handles and other things. Yeah, we would love to go to especially Indian buffets.
Yep.
Just because of all the different curries.
Luckily, the Indian takeout here is real good.
Yeah, they have been really good. Wouldn't actually mind that for an anniversary dinner. Probably getting some more of that.
Probably the pizza place.
You liked the Indian pizza place?
I thought their stuff was great.
Yeah, their stuff was really good. Though we probably won't get another Indian pizza because the bread was
The idea of it is
interesting.
cool. The actual execution, good maybe once or twice. Kind of same thing as like sushiza. It's like, yeah.
Oh, the sushi pizza that we had gotten once.
Yeah, now I can gladly say I've had a sushiza, but ultimately, God, I'm hungry. Ultimately, I would much rather just have sushi. Was the Chinese buffet you used to go to very quietly last month. I mean, I get the feeling, especially if we get really lucky with like social policies and stuff, I would not be surprised if we don't see like a bunch of government grants for small businesses to like crop up to replace once things are safe again. Because like, I don't know, I am huge on local foods from like small restaurants because the variety is so...
was it more glowy goo?
Yeah.
That came out?
We just got to get another vial.
Oh, there is an empty vial. Concealment alchemy only permitted for use on designated test doors. If you start losing your invisible belongings, you've only yourself to blame. Professor Leora. So people can make their objects invisible. Why, with the salve or something? Or how, I should say.
Besties. Ooh. Extra movement.
There was a pretty impressive buffet that we had gone to. It was a mixture of... Didn't it have primarily Japanese food and like sushi and stuff as the...
Is this the one up in Vancouver, or...?
No. This was the one that... Oh, yeah, we had gone to one in Vancouver.
Because the one in Vancouver was a disappointment.
Yeah, no. I'm talking about the one that's south.
Oh, down in, like, Tigard.
Mm-hmm. That one was interesting. I don't know. I find that just not as nice as just heaping curry
Yeah.
onto things.
What's the difference between movement and speed? Speed is how often you get to attack. Movement is how far you can move.
Ooh, a memory gem.
I will ignore it in favor of looting. I am suffused with disappointment.
No, wait, we got onto the topic of food because of the jelly, right? Or the jello? Oh, so this is Sadio. Does she have a... Is that supposed to be a band-aid on her cheek and stuff?
Probably,
I
yeah.
wouldn't be surprised if, with all the alchemy things blow up around here and stuff. Make sure your rune is drawn correctly. Once it is, you'll just need to... and there you have it. A beautiful bottle of sealing solvent. Are sealing solvents even necessary, Professor? Why can't we just use mending spells? Mending magic works just fine, young Abednego?
Abednego.
Abednego?
Yeah.
Is that something I'm...
It's... Ahab, Meshach, and Abednego or something like that? Abednego? Abednego?
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's biblical.
Okay, interesting. Continue. But you're forgetting the very purpose of alchemy. Only witches and wizards can use mending magic. How is an ordinary to mend such a fashion, or incapacitated magic users? But potions can be used by anyone, and are for everyone. That is the brilliance of alchemy, and why it is so important. Glasses of evil! You know when they have the characters with their glasses shining? With that in mind, remember that alchemy can be dangerous. A hastily drawn rune could easily... Oh! Ow, 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 ow! Wait, did the two students next to her vanish? Were there other students sitting next to her?
I don't remember.
I don't remember. Young Natai, are you alright? What happened? I'm fine. I just followed the instructions. Let me see. Why, yours actually turned out alright. Your runes are fine. Your execution just needs practice. Did you remember to erase your draft circle? No, but... Oh, my ears are still ringing. You always keep things exciting, Gilda. Alright, students, back to your runes. Clean up, Natai, and let's try again. I'll watch more closely this time and check your form. And you can stop teasing Hildegard. Everyone learns differently. Focus on your own assignment. Sorry, but the assignment, I finished it last week. I'm actually going through the next chapter now. Though the recipes are quite outdated, so I'm changing them around a bit. Huh? Taking the initiative. Well, carry on then. So, Gilda's seething hatred for Safina. Is she okay? Something looks wrong.
Ahem. Professor Leora.
Yes. Just one moment. This makes no sense. Why is this happening? Rug, Petronella, my most diligent students. What a stroke of luck. I was just thinking that I could use a few assistants.
Professor, what happened here?
It's ridiculous. Alchemy itself has turned upside down.
Alchemy itself?
Half the formulae don't work, and the other half are exploding in my face. I've been having the same problem. But I'm glad you are all here. Now is not the time to be locking things down. What was Ildra thinking?
I agree. We've been trying to get to the bottom of things.
We tried to get into the library, but Gwenora's blocked it off. She won't budge. We're hoping that you could help us ward her off. Gwenora, that old spirit. I might be able to make you a potion to annoy her anyway, or away. Of course, I need my cauldron to make it. But it wandered off.
Your cauldron wandered off?
Oh, there's a rumbling going on. Is that the cauldron? Ah! Ah, there it is. Is she our ally? Or are we fighting her?
I think she's an ally. Yeah, she's an ally.
Okay, she's an ally. She's fighting the cauldron as well. That's good. Oh, I guess I'll have to improvise. It doesn't work. Keep it busy while I tweak the formula. Right, so does it have 2 slimes and cauldron itself?
Yep. I wonder if I can poison the cauldron.
I don't know. It's made out of metal. It's not organic. Ew. Slimy uses germs.
Okay. Poison. Does it work on an inanimate object? Yes.
Wow, it does. Toil and trouble. And make it double.
I'm pretty sure this is... Oh, no, we just have to wait for her to make bombs.
That was actually from Macbeth, though, wasn't it? Toil and trouble, something burn in cauldron bubble, I think was the line. That's more like it.
That thing is pure cast iron. We'll never defeat it at this rate.
What do we do? Melt it. Is that gonna hurt Rook?
Nope.
You don't have friendly fire then?
There's no friend... Oh.
Oh, nope, you did burn him.
I was incorrect. Oh, well. I'm not terribly worried about this.
Still wish you had enemy HP bars. I never like knowing...
Not knowing how much HP they have?
Mm-hmm.
I've been just kind
or
of
how long a
guesstimating.
battle will go. Not to say that I wouldn't give it my all from the very start, but I find that knowing your enemy's HP lets you know just how much you have to conserve. It really depends on what kind of game you're playing, though. But I suppose you don't really have mana, do you?
Nope.
Or anything like that.
Yeah, I can just pop off moves as much as I want.
Okay, this isn't working. Let's try a new approach. I'm going to use a difficult spell to draw out the spirit possessing it. It requires concentration, so I need you to defeat it while I work the spell.
Oh! Chuckles.
Sorry. I love the face. So good. Now here's the question. Can I rob Chuckles? Rancid fruit and a rare coin. Hell yeah. Am I still hungry?
It's because we're talking about food and bubbling cauldrons and stuff. You know, I'm pretty sure back in ye old days, stews were pretty common, weren't they?
Oh, you should bake bread again.
Yeah, we should break bread. And I should make a stew to dip said bread in.
Uh-oh.
Ooh,
Ow.
Ooze exploded.
So one of those goes boobing an AoE. Oh, it's fine. We got some hella heals.
I do have to say, I would feel... I don't know how I'd feel working in a building like this. How would you like it if there were green floors and walls? And this vibrant green in a science room?
I don't know. I mean, it's not too far off of a school I've been in.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa. What's he up? Ah! Wait, was he doing Duck Duck Goose?
Yeah, kind of. It's to throw you off on when you have to do the block.
Ah, that would make sense.
I wonder if we can keep robbing this thing. Yeah, apparently I can.
Ugh. Chuckles has lost its sense of humor. Is it going to be angry now, or is it just... Huh, interesting. You splash. Didn't really seem to be a symmetrical
I think it's
splash
something
either.
I just have to worry about not stepping in.
Mm-hmm.
The expression on its face is just great.
I mean, it's worrying, most definitely.
Like, it's suffering from perpetual existential crises.
Well, is it a spirit, or is it some kind of slime creation that needs to take over physical bodies in order, or some kind of object?
Oh, interesting.
Oh,
right, that destroys
the trap
traps.
was destroyed. Defeated Chuckles. Poof.
Well, there goes the cauldron. Whoops.
Unless it just
Yeah,
left
I'm
the
sure it's
cauldron.
actually
It's
fine.
probably just to clear it from the battlefield.
Oh, she did get a new spell. Sadness.
Fantastic job, students. It worked. Here you go.
Sadio's saltiest?
Give Gwenora one whiff of that, and she'll scatter.
Ugh, I can smell it through the bottle. Thank you, Professor.
I believe in you kids. You'll get to the bottom of this. I'm going to get things under control here, but after that, I'll be around with supplies to help any injured students.
Hard nut.
The grass mage. That's something different.
Yeah, it's extra power. We found one in a chest.
Oh, okay.
Nothing past this.
So see, there could be grass mages, but not fire mages? Perplexing.
Okay. Well, is that a decent stopping point?
Oh,
You want to keep going?
just a little bit more. I want to get out of here.
Okay.
And I want to go to that library. I want to face Gwenora. Also, wait, what? Mortar and pestles? What are they doing here?
I mean, it's an alchemy lab and everything's haunted, so
Now,
not that insane.
under what circumstances would you use a mortar and pestle for cooking? Isn't it for pulping garlic into a paste or making pastes in general? Maybe for pestos. Maybe, but we have a can
My parents,
or jar of pesto
my mother
downstairs.
had one. She would use it here and there. Usually grinding up like basil, for example.
Mm-hmm. Well, basil is the primary ingredient of pesto.
Yeah. Basil, mint, some other stuff. The big issue is that hers is quite porous.
Yeah, cleaning them tends to be a pain.
Like, nightmarish. So, she stopped.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because a lot of mortar and pestle sets are made out of stone. And depending on the variety of stone, yeah, various marbles or granites or whatnot. You would ideally choose a stone that has as few varieties of stone and crystal mixed into it as possible. And you would hope that it has a, what is it? Greater hardness. Because you know how there are hardness grades for stones.
Yeah.
And I think isn't steel at a 6? So if you don't want things to get scratched by steel and whatnot, you have to have them harder than that. Which would probably include things like topaz, sapphire and ruby, which are both corundum. Diamonds obviously are at a 10. I think emeralds are too little. I think they're at a... Are emeralds at a 4 or 6? I forget.
These suckers hurt.
I used to be very fascinated with gemstone hardnesses and rock hardnesses. I liked earth science. But yeah, it's interesting how it seems as though the more precious a stone is, the harder it is. Which makes sense. Less likely to crack. And you got a common coin.
Yeah, I've
Or
just
that's
been
supposed
getting
to
common
be.
coins. Okay, there it goes.
Eee.
That's the money.
People are asking about pesto now.
Well, they just didn't hear what basil is a main ingredient of.
I believe it's for pesto.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, pesto it's a nice alternative to tomato sauce if you ever have pizzas. So you
Yeah,
can have
we used
a
to have pesto pizzas.
pesto
They're real
sauce
good.
instead. I think there's a lot of oil in it too. But it's green and strong. I think people might also put garlic and other things in it. Sometimes you get like a creamy pesto too, so maybe they put in milk or cream. Ooh. Or butter. I don't know. I'll have to look up how to make pesto from scratch.
Keep growing back.
Door is locked from the other side.
Where the heck? Oh. Wait, no, I have no idea where I am.
We still have to go down. I think south is where Granora is. Okay. Basil, olive oil, garlic, and pine nuts. Oh, I didn't know about the pine nut bit. Italian here just woke up. I'm a quarter Italian.
You're a fraud.
Hey! Quarter Italian, eighth Greek. I don't know what percentages I have for like British, French, Dutch, and German, but at least I know solidly what my father's side of the family is.
Hey!
Hello!
Thank you, Stumped, for the raid. I'm assuming it was Rick tonight. Yeah.
We're playing Ikenfell, and we're going to get this door to scram, because she's insufferable.
All right, Gwenora.
Rise and shine!
Stinky losers back again! Good. I've thought of some lovely new names to call you.
We'd love to hear them, but we've got some important reading to do.
What are you playing at? Ah! It's horrible!
Yay!
Well, there she goes.
Good riddance. Okay, let's see what we can find.